What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sportsgasm Podcast, the podcast created by fans for the fans because we believe that we are the most qualified people to talk about our favorite teams, even if we may not be. I'm your co-host, Isaac.
And I'm Kylie, dropping my mic as always.
I'm Calvin.
And welcome to episode 22. We got a lot planned for you guys today. A lot going on in the Sportsgasm Podcast. Just maybe hinting at stuff coming in the future. Maybe
Maybe.
not. We'll have to find out. Before we begin today's episode, as always, a big shout out to all of our sponsors. You can see them scrolling around down there below. And as always, we got a couple of promo codes for you guys to use. If you use promo code OCS at www.bodycheckwellness.com, you can get 25% off all of your hemp-derived CBD oils and edibles for you, as well as your furry friends. Also, use promo code OCS at www.norsebeards.com and you can get 25% off of your Beardsman products. And just to show you guys what they have to offer, guess what came in? Hell yeah.
Finally.
This is Norse Beards Norseman Beard Oil. This stuff I've been using for about a couple weeks now, about a week now. It finally came in. This stuff is great. If you're trying to grow out a luxurious playoff beard, if your team is going to the Stanley Cup Finals, which someone's team is. We'll get into that in a second. Use this. It can help soften your skin, soften the beard, and it actually helps shape the beard a bit more. And just to show you guys, I'm going to actually do this right now because I haven't done it yet today. So you take like a dime-sized amount like that. Kind of feel like Breaking Bad right now. Put that into the palm of your hand. Maybe got a little too much. Put that back. Give it a little rub and go to town. Got a great smell to it. It's fresh, smooths everything up. Also, make sure you get the mustache. And if you want to get a nice, good shape to it, you take your official Norse Beards beard brush and help shape it out. This stuff is awesome. Remember, if you use code OCS at www.norsebeards.com, you can get 25% off of this stuff. I highly recommend it. I've been using it for a week now, and it's awesome. Anyway, Kylie, take us away. What are we talking about today?
Well, first of all, I'm glad you're able to use the products because I can't. But as you mentioned, we have a jam-packed episode today, and we're going to start off a little bit different. We're going to go with Isaac's Hockey Corner because why do your teams have so much success?
I don't know. I really don't know, and I enjoy it. I
bet you do.
I am.
I'm over here suffering.
Hey, you know what though? We'll just wait and see what happens with the draft. What the Devils do? They're gonna get back there one day. Did you know they're one of those teams that is holding they're one of the few teams that have been haven't been to the playoffs in a while. When was the last time y'all were in the playoffs?
I think it was 2018 with Taylor Hall.
That's like the third or fourth longest drought. Which is actually really impressive when you think about it, because that shows you just how competitive hockey is. That
seriously.
The longest drought belongs to Buffalo, and that's only back to 2011.
Wow.
Yeah, same with the Phillies.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Stanley Cup Final has been set. Tampa Bay finished off the Rangers in games 5 and 6. So excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm so excited for this. The Stanley Cup Final is set. Game 1 is tonight at 8. The Colorado Avalanche are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Avalanche are making their first finals appearance since 2001, and I believe their fourth overall. Let me just make sure I got that right because I don't want to be giving you guys false stats. This is their third appearance in the Stanley Cup Final. Okay.
Third?
Yeah, they're third. They are perfect in the Stanley Cup Finals, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Colorado first made the finals in 1996, the same year that they moved from Quebec to Colorado. # bring back the Nordiques, justice for Quebec City. They made the finals that year and swept the Florida Panthers. They made it again in 2001, where they had to go up against some team from Newark, New Jersey, that were the defending Stanley Cup champions, and beat them pretty badly. Sorry, Kylie.
Whatever. Sorry. Let me humble you real quick after that one. So
okay.
The last two teams to beat the Maple Leafs, the last 3
Everyone's
out of 4 years. I mean, seriously, the last 3 out of 4 years. I guess the last 2 out of 3 years, the two teams to beat the Jesus Christ, the Maple Leafs in the Stanley Cup playoffs went on to go to the Stanley Cup but lost. Will you be the third one?
No.
And since the Avalanche are undefeated in the final.
Well,
I was gonna say, man, I think I like the Avalanche in Game 1 tonight.
I do too.
This Avalanche team is incredible. So
incredible.
Let me get into this. The Avalanche, if you think back a little bit, 5 years ago in 2017, the Colorado Avalanche were at their worst the franchise had ever been. You know, they hadn't been to the playoffs in years. The team was undergoing just horrible. They were bad. They were really bad. They had their worst season ever. So bad, in fact, that one of my favorite sports YouTubers, Urinity Tree, who, by the way, his hockey breakdowns, top notch, some of the best I've ever seen. That's how I really got into hockey, is because he broke it down to a point where I was like, oh, this is great. He replaced their logo with the poop emoji, with the little shit emoji. It was like, it's the Colorado shit Avalanche. But the fact that they've gone from where they were to now being possibly the most dangerous team to make the Stanley Cup Finals in a long time says something. This team is stacked. You know, Nathan MacKinnon is an absolute beast. He's going to be a problem. Gabriel Landeskog is the wily veteran who has secured this line for years. He's going to be a problem. They're not going to have Nazem Kadri for now. He's still out thanks to a certain dickbag from Edmonton, Kane. But he's going to, if he could come back, which doesn't look likely, but if he can, then that's a 1-2-3 punch. And if that's not enough to convince you how dangerous this team is, let's talk about Cale Makar, who came out of nowhere this year to be one of the best defensemen in the entire league, who has scored 5 playoff goals, 17 playoff assists, 22 total points, leading the Avalanche. He has been a monster.
Oh my God.
They've also got, and to back that up, I mean, they also got Arturi Lehkonen, who is fresh off a finals appearance with the Canadiens last year. Mikko Rantanen, who has been awesome. Devin Taves, who's been great. Valerie Nichushkin, who has proven that he's actually, worth something. They're stacked. They have so many good players. They're so stacked. The only area where I'm a little concerned with them is goaltending. And that's just because Darcy Kemper has been hurt. And I'm going to say his name wrong. I know it. I'm not saying that Pavel Francouz is bad, but I'd rather have Darcy Kemper. He's done a good job, though. Francouz has done an excellent job. He has. So that's the only part of the Avalanche that I'm a little concerned about. But this team is just stacked. They are ridiculous. They swept 2 of their 3 playoff series. The only team that gave them a problem was the Blues, and even then, it was they're going to be tough. Their opponent for the 3rd year in a row, the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are on the pursuit of becoming the first team to three-peat since the New York Islanders of the early 1980s.
I would love to see it.
I would too. I would very much like to see it. This team is an older team. They're pretty old. Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, Andrej Palat have been there for years. And Pat Maroon and Victor Hedman also. I mean, Pat Maroon, this is going to be his 4th straight finals appearances. He won with St. Louis in 2019, and he won with the Lightning the last 2 years. So now he's going to try and make it 4 straight.
Oh my God.
Braden Point also has been there for a while, and he's coming back, by the way. He's going to be ready for game 1.
Good.
Yeah. So this is a team that just is explosive. And it's also been new players too who have really helped out. Ross Colton, he had some clutch goals in the playoffs. But of course, we all know the real reason why the Lightning are going to win the Stanley Cup is Andrei Vasilevsky is the best goaltender on God's green earth.
He is absolutely incredible.
I think it's going to be a great series. We should see a dogfight. I would love to see it go to 7, but I think, honestly, with how dominant both these teams are, one of them could sweep the other. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
After seeing I was stunned when Tampa swept Florida. Even as a Tampa fan, I thought, okay, well, we're not going to sweep them. We can win this series, but it's going to go down to the wire. No, we swept them. We took them out.
Yeah.
you would have thought that the Edmonton Colorado Western Conference Finals would have been a lot more competitive, considering how dominant Edmonton had been in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs.
Right.
No, it was a sweep. Both of these teams, to your point, Calvin, they have a chance of sweeping the other out of nowhere.
Yep.
I am biased, so I will go with the Lightning. I'll take the Lightning in 6.
In 6.
I think that at the end of the day, Andrei Vasilevsky is just too much for the Avalanche. Tonight will be the real test. If the Avalanche's like suffocating attack is shut down by Vasilevsky, that's your answer to what the series is going to be. If they can score on him, and trust me, teams have done that before. In Game 1 of the first round, Toronto proved that we can score on Vasi at will.
Oh yeah.
If somebody can do that, if the Avalanche can break through, that's all they need. But they need to be careful because, as we saw in the last round, all Tampa needs is a spark of momentum, and they will absolutely annihilate you. The Rangers found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
If the Avalanche win tonight, I like the Lightning in 7. If the Lightning win tonight, I like the Lightning in 5.
Now, Calvin, you're the odds man here. What are the odds for tonight's game? Like, what's the line for tonight's game?
I'll tell you 1 second. Give me 1 second here.
While he's doing that, just a shout out to everybody watching live today. Remember, our episodes are live at 1 p.m. every Wednesday. You can also catch the full recorded episode, which is released every Thursday at noon. Is that the correct time? Yeah,
Thursday
noon. Okay.
at noon.
Thursday at noon. I haven't been getting notifications at noon recently, so I think that's just me. But yeah.
So the Tampa Bay Lightning are actually the underdog tonight, right now.
Oh wow.
It's good. We work good under pressure. Let's go.
If you were to bet $100 on the Tampa Bay Lightning, you would get $125 back.
Wow.
If you were to bet $100 on the Avalanche tonight, you're only getting $66 back. So they're in the highly favored position right now. With that being said, I think I might like Tampa Bay tonight in the underdog position.
Well, we're looking at what Tampa's done in the first game of each of these playoff series. I mean, they got blown out by Toronto. They blew out Florida, and then they got blown out by New York. So,
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm personally gonna go with Colorado in 5.
Them's fighting words.
I'm picking the Lightning tonight.
Back-to-back champions, and you think they only get 5 games, Kylie?
So here's my thinking with that. First of all, y'all gave me shit for the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves, so don't doubt me.
Okay. All right. Settle down.
Second of all, the Avalanche are undefeated in the finals, and
but they haven't been since 2001.
That's fair, but also, like I said, the 2 of the last 3 Stanley Cups, the loser of the finals knocked out the Maple Leafs. It's shit. I don't know, man. Some freaky shit's going on there. I got to go with the Avalanche.
All right. You say Avalanche in 5. I say Tampa in 6. Calvin, you said Tampa in 7, right?
I like Tampa in 7.
Tampa in 7. All right. Well, all I'm going to say is that it's going to be one hell of a series. Just to point out, every team that's attempted to three-peat since the Islanders of the 80s have failed to. Let me just pull that up real quick.
See, there you go.
I'm trying to make a point. That also is stacked against the Lightning. So
if I know Vegas is going to want this three-peat to happen. Just because of those odds that Isaac just told us right there. Nobody's done it since the Islanders since 1980. And then,
those Islanders won 4 straight. And then here's every team that's tried it since. Gretzky's Oilers in 84 and 85. 86, they lost to Calgary in the Western Conference Finals, I believe. Gretzky's Oilers again in 87 and 88. Lost to Calgary again because Calgary is and Edmonton's rivalry was. We deserve more from the Battle of Alberta than what we got this year. The battles they had during the 80s are just different. The Mario Lemieux Penguins of 91 and 92. They couldn't get it done in 93. The Red Wings of 97 and 98. Yeah, they went on to basically build an empire and be dominant for years, but they couldn't get it in 99. The Penguins of 2016 and 2017. 2018, the Capitals finally got revenge. So
that was great.
It was great. Four teams before this Lightning team have gone back to back and have had a chance to three-peat and haven't. I think the Lightning are the first ones to actually make it to the finals.
I like the Lightning.
I do too. Modern day dynasty, not that little wimpy whatever it was dynasty that the Blackhawks had where they won 3 in 6 years. I mean, they didn't even win back to back. That's not a dynasty. That's just a really good team that goes to the Stanley Cup a lot. And that dynasty, that team was corrupt as hell anyway. They were doing horrible things to their players, so they don't count anymore. No, there hasn't been a dynasty in the NHL since Gretzky's Oilers. We have a chance to do that tonight.
Speaking of dynasty, let's move on to the NBA, where we have another finals going on. Last we checked with you guys, it was, I believe, it was a tied series. So
it was a 2-1 series lead.
Was it 2-1? Then I missed one.
It was 2-1 for Boston.
Well, now it is 3-2 for the Warriors because basketball.
Well, it's because Steph Curry has been
Steph Curry's been freaking crazy.
What, in game 4 he drops 43 points and he dropped 43 points at game 4 and the Celtics still made it close.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
And then in game 5 he blew his 3 streak. So that sucks.
Yeah. It's getting good.
I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like I feel like Boston could have ended this series already.
Oh yeah, they really could have.
Boston could have ended this series already. They're playing too much switch defense on Steph. They're playing too much back coverage, back off defense on Steph. Like letting this guy get his shot. All he needs is half an inch. You get a man half an inch, he's putting a 3-pointer up. 9 times out of 10, that 3-pointer is going to fall. When you give Steph Curry his shots, this is what he's going to do to you. Don't get me wrong. I love Steph Curry. I love the Warriors. I love, the team that they have and how good they are. But Boston could have already ended this series in 5 games.
They really should have, too.
They were just playing the correct defense that they should have been playing.
Yeah,
the way that they looked in game 1, coming back in the fourth quarter, the fact that they had a 2-1 series lead, that they were stuffing the Warriors defensively, and now they're in a 3-2 series hole, they better win tomorrow night. It is tomorrow night. The thing is,
we've seen them in this position before, though. Milwaukee, they were down 3-2. Golden State is a totally different environment than Milwaukee, but, these guys, they can still get it done. They still have the defense player of the year, Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
They have really great players in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And we still have not seen a Jason Tatum game yet. So this could be the Jason Tatum game. And, maybe they tie the series up going to game 7 and win in 7, like I said 2 weeks ago, last week on the podcast.
Yeah, they're back in Boston tomorrow.
Game 5 was the Andrew Wiggins game. He put up 26 points, 13 rebounds.
Game before that, he had 16 rebounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quietly making his case. If Steph Curry wasn't just absolutely annihilating everybody, Andrew Wiggins could be making a case for Finals MVP.
Oh yeah, definitely. If there was no Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins deserves the Final MVP if the Warriors were to win.
See, I'm kind of annoyed about Game 5 though, because I got home from work and I was so tired I fell asleep while watching Game 5, and I was like, dang it. When I fell asleep, it was close and it was like really intense. I woke up and it was just like the Warriors 1 win away. I was like, what happened? That's on me for falling asleep, for being dumb. So,
but you know what's also dumb? The fake Klay Thompson.
Oh, why do we need to talk? Okay,
because it's funny as hell.
Someone explain to me why he got banned. That's what I want to know.
I want to know the same thing. I don't think the guy should have got banned at all. Like,
I don't even know why he got banned. I just saw on Twitter today that's like fake Klay Thompson banned. I was like, why? What did he do?
Yeah, that's a little excessive. I can see why, because I want to set an example. So I guess,
why did they ban him?
Oh, because he went on the court and took shots.
Basically, they were trying to say he was trespassing.
I mean, you can't. It's the finals, bro. You can't really do that.
The thing is, though, he made so many 3-pointers. It looked so realistic. It was maybe this guy actually is Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait. Are we sure that's fake Klay over there?
But then he airballed the layup, and it was hilarious.
When Klay Thompson was out injured, they could have just snuck this guy in and
Right?
yeah, and it been like
Like the
he's made a
Morris
miraculous
twins?
comeback. Yeah.
But the security guards let him right past, so it's
Yeah,
like,
it's mostly on the security, of course.
yeah.
They probably thought it was Klay.
Yeah, but he doesn't look that much like Klay. Like he's clearly
He looks like Klay. He looks like Klay if Klay stopped hitting the gym a little
he
bit.
looks like
Yeah.
you could buy him off DHgate. Like when you go on DHgate and you see like Klay Thompson, that's what he looks like.
No, you know what he
Yeah.
looks like? He looks like the Madame Tussauds wax figure of Klay Thompson. You know, those wax figures
Yeah.
always kind of
Yep.
they look like the person they're supposed to be, but there's
But
always
there's just a
something
little
off.
bit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the
That's what he
uncanny
looked like.
valley. It's like, is that? I mean, it's Justin Bieber, but like,
And
also,
he walked in his game shorts. How do you not like? I understand like the Warriors hoodie, that's one thing, but he was literally wearing Warriors shorts. Name one player in the history of the NBA that has worn game shorts into the arena.
Yeah, exactly.
To be
Like-
fair though, like Klay Thompson isn't one of those guys who like dresses all flashy before games, is he?
But it doesn't wear the NBA. His game shorts. Those are in the locker room.
I know. Yeah. The
So it's
security guards at the
literally-
Chase Center are just. I'm just saying this would have
Unban
never
'em.
happened. This would have never happened in Oakland, in Oracle Arena. This would have never happened.
Never would have happened in
Is it a
Oracle.
coincidence that the second that they move it to San Francisco, that the Warriors move to San Francisco, that this happens? Coincidence?
Exactly.
I think not. Move them back to Oakland where they rightfully belong. Give Oracle Arena an update. That place was great.
Yeah, I miss
Yeah,
Oracle.
definitely.
And change while we're on the subject of arena names and shit, go back to Staples Center, please.
Oh yeah. What the hell is this Crypto.com Arena bullshit?
Yeah, absolute crap.
Especially now that crypto is completely crashing. It's like, do you really
Yeah.
want to be named after that?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I had a coworker at my old place of work who last year or 2 years ago was telling me like, you got to get in crypto, man. It's the future. I'm looking back now, watching the crypto market crash and seeing all these people freaking out saying, I lost my life savings, and thinking, you know what?
Stupid.
You know what? I think I'm content working. You know what? I'm kind of glad I stuck with my 9 to 5 and did this because, oh man, so much happier than somebody sinking $180,000 into a picture of a cat.
Dude,
on a
I
coin.
know.
That doesn't
And, like,
exist.
No, I know. When I was when the Bitcoin boom first started, I literally put like $30 in it, and I got 80. Immediately cashed that shit out, and then I put 30. I put the money that I made and put that in. So I literally just was riding the just a straight profit. That was down to pennies
Oh.
to change. Now it's at like 16, but it was at 30 like a couple months ago. So putting all your money into crypto is genuinely not a smart thing.
I feel bad for all the people who got tricked by that Matt Damon ad that played before movies at AMC theaters. You know the one. You know the
Yeah.
one. Fortune favors the bold, and then I feel bad for people who saw it and were like, I'm going to invest. And look, I know this is not sports related at all. It's a tangent, but look, at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with the idea of cryptocurrency and the idea of decentralized currency. My problem is that the people who run it are, they're,
Yeah.
everybody get, can I have my one? No, okay.
I don't have the mixer yet.
They're freaking nerds. The culture surrounding it is extremely toxic and surprisingly, really, for some reason, really misogynist. Which that part actually is concerning. It's like, yeah, no, not for me.
Yeah, no.
Staples Center forever. The house that Kobe built does not deserve to be named after
Kobe,
crypto.
Magic, Kareem, so many.
No,
players.
Magic and Kareem, that was the Forum, different place.
Oh, right, that's right.
Yeah. That place, by the way, also speaking of facilities that need to be saved, like Oracle Arena, can we save the Forum? It kind of just
Sure,
exists.
bring back the Spectrum.
And bring back the vet.
Yes.
No,
Bring me back
don't
the
bring back the
700
vet.
level.
Don't bring back the vet.
Give
Do
me
you know
back
what?
the jail cell.
No, the vet. No, the Bucks worked so hard to destroy that place. Come on. We worked so hard. That place, you say Veterans Stadium, Bucks fans like shiver, like, I hate that place. It gives us nightmares.
Same with Philly fans.
Yeah, 2002 NFC Championship game.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
All right, quick predictions. What do you guys think is going to happen in Game 6 tomorrow night?
Ooh, it's in Boston. I'm going
And that
Like
Boston.
Boston crowd, this is their last chance. They're going to be more
Yes,
toxic than they've ever been before.
I like Boston.
I like Boston.
I like Boston by 5 points.
5. Interesting. I'm gonna go Boston by at least 10. I think they'll pull away at the end and get it done. Or it'll be a blowout and they'll blow the lead, and then they'll just still win by 10.
Yeah, I like
Damn.
Boston.
Some kid I went to high school with was in a car accident. Sorry, I got distracted by that. Yeah,
Oh, geez.
yeah, bad shit. Give me Boston by 3.
Boston by 3.
Jason Tatum last second 3-pointer.
I love
Game
it.
7.
I love it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I was watching, speaking of the Celtics, I was watching the ESPN Plus documentary on the Lakers Celtics rivalry where they had Ice Cube, and I'm blanking on the other guy's name, but it was great. Donnie Wahlberg, that's who it was.
Ew.
So they had Donnie Wahlberg and they had Ice Cube or not Ice Cube. Yeah, Cube. Jesus, words. So they had those two. One's an LA fan, the other is a Boston fan because they're from there, and talking about the rivalry, and it just made me hate Boston more.
You want to know something about that Boston-LA rivalry? 1980 Eastern Conference Finals. Boston got beaten by the 76ers, and Boston fans started chanting at the Sixers, beat LA, and started cheering for them, saying, "We don't care anymore, just beat LA."
Yeah.
That's how much they hate them. LA won that series, by the way, so
Shut up.
Hey, those Sixers teams of the 80s are underrated.
We won it in 83. We got revenge.
Just to point out, that Sixers team in the 80s is underrated. People always love to talk about the Lakers and Celtics. We forget about the other two teams right behind them. Houston and Philly were also in a lot of those finals.
You almost said Phoenix.
I was about to say Phoenix, and I really know it's not Phoenix. It's Houston. People forget the Rockets went to 2 finals in the 80s.
I know. They went to 2 in the 90s, too.
Well, the 90s team makes sense because they were stacked, and
you
can name people from those teams. I can't name anybody from those 80s Houston teams.
That's
keep trying. 80s basketball is weird. If you weren't one of the big teams, I can't name anybody on you.
Yeah, no. 80s were dominated by very few teams.
Yeah, basketball was their parity did not exist in basketball in the 80s.
No.
70s it did, and even then I still can't really name players outside of like Wilt Chamberlain.
We do have a little bit of news for you in the NBA. So the Grizzlies extended their coach Taylor Jenkins for a few years. That really solidifies. It's a great move. That continues the young team. They're already phenomenal. So it continues that growth and the consistency, which is what you need. So that is.
And they're going to get so much better. I mean,
oh my God, it's going to be amazing to watch.
Yeah.
They're going to be a problem for years.
Yeah. And I mean, a problem. They're going to be that team everyone hates to. We got to go to Memphis. Dang.
Yes, they're going to be the new Bucks.
Memphis is finally starting to embrace that team, and when a small market embraces their team and becomes fanatical, watch out.
Yeah.
They will.
Yes.
We could talk all we want about how big market fans are some of the worst, like how Philly and Boston fans, you hate them. Small market fans have been through the shit. They know what pain is, and when they get a taste of success, they will be aggressive.
Depending on what Minnesota does in the draft, I like Minnesota to be a team just like Memphis.
I hope they
do. Yeah, for sure.
That's what I thought. Small market. Look what Minnesota did after winning 1 playoff game.
I love Anthony Edwards.
Can you imagine?
That guy.
Anthony Edwards is funny as hell.
Yeah, he's great.
The Nuggets traded their forward JaMychal Green and a protected 2027 first-round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder for the 2022 30th overall pick and 2 future second-round picks.
That tells me that Denver is embracing the fact that they can't win it all with just Jokic, and they have to build up around him. That the core they have is just not working.
Fake MVP. So Denver MVP. Now has the 21st and 30th overall picks in this year's draft, and Oklahoma City has the 2nd, 12th, and 34th overall picks.
Both those teams are going to get some depth.
Not only that, but Oklahoma City has a crap load of picks through 2027. I didn't look up how much they have, but I know they have a significant amount.
That Thunder team's going to be a problem.
A huge problem because they got picked from Danny Green, Chris Paul, so many players.
Pretty sure they still got some Russell Westbrook picks in there too.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook too. Paul George.
I'm not looking forward to Oklahoma City becoming a powerhouse again.
That might be where Bronny goes.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Imagine LeBron having his final season in Oklahoma City to play with Bronny. I said that a couple months ago about New Orleans, but now I'm thinking maybe Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City has the means. They have all the picks. They're gonna have all the players. They're gonna.
Who's the coach of Oklahoma City right now?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure either.
I don't
Wait,
remember.
we have the internet. What we're literally recording this on the internet. Why are we?
This is true. Welcome to the 21st century.
We are dumb. Oklahoma City Thunder head coach, Mark Daigneault.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it used to be Billy Donovan.
Yeah, then he went to the Bulls. So, but after that, you have Montrezl Harrell being arrested, facing felony weed charges, caught with 3 pounds of weed.
Free Montrez. That's nothing. That's nothing.
That's nothing, but that's a lot of weed.
It is a lot of weed, but hey, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
If it was
Hey,
3 pounds,
ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of weed, man.
If it was 3 pounds of cocaine, that would be a problem. But
it's just a shitload of it. It's 3 pounds.
Yeah, I don't look. It seems like those Charlotte players over there, they're just playing. They're like playing the game. Who can piss off Adam Silver the most? Like,
okay.
First, you get LaMelo Ball smoking the blunt on Instagram Live. Then you get.
I forgot about that.
I didn't know he did that.
Miles Bridges. You have Miles Bridges with the J in his hand and the cup of lean, and now you have
Montrezl
Harrell.
Lean though.
That was definitely lean.
I know.
Nothing wrong with lean.
Now you have Montrezl Harrell with 3 pounds of marijuana. So they're just playing.
What is going on in Charlotte?
Yeah, what is going? Hey, you know who's the owner of that place over there? That guy.
Oh, yeah.
That guy wasn't too good himself back in the day.
Nah, he was.
Oh man.
Oh man, I freaking love Jordan, man. His team is great.
George's probably just like, whatever.
Exactly. He's like, man,
you know what? They're playing.
He's probably smoking part of that 3 pounds of weed too. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You've seen his eyes.
Him and
Rob.
How
hypocritical that would be, though. Remember when Jordan first showed up to Chicago and he talked about in the documentary how everyone
snitched on them.
He snitched on everyone in Chicago.
I love Jordan. He's my favorite player of any sport. But
people change though. When I first went into college, I was that goody two shoes nerdy kid who was like, I'm not gonna do any alcohol or drugs. You don't gotta worry about me, mom and dad. By senior year, I was like,
growing ragers.
Yeah, by senior year, I was like, if we're not drinking tonight, then what's the point? So people change. Jordan's gone from a snitch to or you know what? Jordan's probably sitting in the front office like, God damn it, they caught Montrez with the weed. Damn it, this is gonna be the greatest party the city has ever seen, and now we can't do it. Dang it.
I know. That's just like the flu game. They tried to say he was sick, but really he was just hungover.
Food poisoning.
He was just hungover. That's all it was.
Food poisoning my ass.
Either food poisoning, hangover, whatever it was not the flu.
Hey, he still fought through it. There's nothing.
He did. He played damn well.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely give Jordan his powers.
And you can't tell me the flu game shoes don't sound better than the hangover shoes. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Everybody knew though. Phoenix is.
Okay.
We got a couple more things for the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Phoenix is expected to be very serious in trade talks surrounding DeAndre Ayton. We all knew this, but it's just kind of crazy how shit seems to be falling apart for the Suns.
It's another case of what the Suns always do. Every time the Suns go to the finals, it's a one and done. Their 70s team fell apart after they went. Their 90s team fell apart after they went, and now their 2021 team is going to fall apart before they go.
Trade him to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis said he hasn't shot a basketball since April 5th. I don't want him.
I'll give you Ben Simmons. Wait, never mind.
I like DeAndre Ayton for Anthony Davis. Sounds like a fair trade.
Of course you say that.
Give Bron some help over there. A real big man who's not fragile and breaks like glass. and let's go win another championship.
But would you say that the Lakers still that neither team lost the trade for Anthony Davis? Because at the end of the day, the Lakers did win the championship.
I mean, yeah, the Lakers won a championship, but what has Anthony Davis done since that championship? This guy came in the next year. He came in the next year overweight. He was out of shape. Then he starts playing again. He gets injured. Then he comes back from injury again. He starts playing again. Then he gets injured. It's like he hasn't really done anything. And then it goes back to Braun, and they gotta, Braun has to carry a team, and he can't
Of
carry
course.
a team anymore, and this, that, and the third. And it's like he shouldn't have to be carrying a team though, because he has Anthony Davis there. Anthony Davis is supposed to be this is supposed to be the baton passing.
Yeah.
We win the championship. All right, now I'm passing you the baton. This is your team now. I'm just going to be the facilitator and watch from the background. Anthony Davis hasn't had that, so DeAndre Ayton, come to the Lakers. DeAndre Ayton, if you ever listen to this right here, come to the Lakers. Tell your agent, come to the Lakers.
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. And Philly is exploring trades surrounding the 23rd overall pick and injured Danny Green. I don't know what the hell they think they're going to get with an injured Danny Green on an expiring contract and the 23rd overall pick. But Daryl Morey, I have all the faith in the world in him. So we'll see what goes on with that. And then the final thing, these trade rumors are going crazy and all that. Kobe White and the 18th overall pick could be shipped out of Chicago to help DeMar and Zach LaVine, who is expected to re-sign with the Bulls.
I like Kobe White, man. He's a good little,
He's
athlete.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy to come off the bench. I think he could help a team. So somebody should bite on that trade that the Bulls are throwing in the air there.
Absolutely. I think so too. But that is, well, it was a lot. That is all we have for the NBA.
It's you know what? No, that's a good sign. This is gonna be a fun off season if all that stuff is already on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the news is coming out like that, you never know what actually really might happen.
Right.
Crazy things that happen this off season.
Exactly. So speaking of a little bit of crazy, let's go to the MLB where we have a little bit of stuff to go into with some crazy games.
Nothing really going on with my Yankees other than
the usual,
yeah.
18-4.
Mets right behind them, another 40-win team,
Yeah, right behind. Right behind is a state of mind. You guys are a couple miles down the road.
If you're not
if this was the Tour de France, the Yankees are right here, then the Mets are they're a couple miles behind. Then there's the Dodgers, and then there's the big peloton of everybody else just chilling.
Yeah, it's all right though. We're right there.
We're getting there.
Some high scoring / shutout games we got this week. The Phillies shut out the Brewers 10-0.
And then got beaten by the Diamondbacks.
We're not gonna worry. We're not gonna worry about that.
Hey, we watched that game. We're gonna talk about it.
Brewers have been shut out twice in a week. They got shut out by the Phillies, and then they got shut out by the Mets yesterday.
I saw that.
The Brewers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why my brain heard that and said Brave. No, the Brewers are in trouble. They've lost first place in the NL Central to the Cardinals and have not been looking ever since they figured out Josh Hader. Trouble has been brewing in Milwaukee. Pun entirely intended.
Speaking of the Cardinals, shout out Paul Goldschmidt, 3 home runs yesterday.
Oh my God, he's been insane.
There's your National League MVP early candidate right there. Sorry, Bryce Harper fans, but Paul Goldschmidt has been just what?
No.
Who? If not Paul Goldschmidt, then if you say anyone on the Phillies, I will leave the podcast. I will leave it. They have not been good enough to determine for any of them to be on the. And no offense to all of our fellow people and fellow podcasters at Old City Sports Network. We appreciate and we love the Phillies. They're a great underdog team to root for. But none of them have been good enough to be MVP yet. Don't give me that look.
Shut up. No.
Paul Goldschmidt has been tearing shit up in St. Louis.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is your NL MVP right now.
I don't know.
Oh, God. You see what I have to deal with? And Calvin, I have to deal with this at work. You see this?
Pete Alonso's not too far behind, man.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you could put Pete Alonso in there too. He's been
Can't
great.
leave Petey out of there. He's on pace for 49 home runs.
I
We'll
love
see
it.
about that one.
I love it.
The Braves destroy the Athletics 13-2.
The Athletic. Okay, my dad went to see. My dad was in Cleveland for a business trip and went to see a Cleveland Oakland game, and he was texting me the whole time saying, "Wow, why are the Athletics allowed to play baseball?" Oakland is currently dropped below Cincinnati as the worst team in the league, and we knew they were going to be bad when the season started, but they kind of got off to a bit of a hot start, and we were like, "Oh, damn, okay, they're actually not terrible." Yeah, they're terrible. They finally realized we're supposed to be tanking, and they are tanking.
Yeah, it's been absolutely crazy.
It's been
Braves are
brutal.
not though. So
Yeah. As we talked about earlier, the Diamondbacks ruined the Phillies win streak and beat them 13-1.
Wow, how do you lose 13-1 to a team?
I don't know. I had the game off.
I know you did. You turned it off after the first when they went down 3-0.
Yeah, I have a good sense of
Fan.
Shut up. I have a good sense of when the Phillies are just not going to come back, and that was one of those games. It was gross. The win streak ended at 9. So that, and the Braves just keep winning. They have 13 straight wins right now.
that's what I'm saying. The Braves are hot right now.
I can't wait for that to end.
Me and Kylie were actually texting last night, and we were talking about bets. And I think I texted her, and it was 7-0 in the third inning against the Nationals last night.
Yeah.
Their starting lineup had already been through the order 3 times.
Yeah.
In the third inning, the whole nine people have been through the lineup 3 times. It's crazy.
How do you let that happen?
Well, the Nationals had a guy on the mound yesterday that came up from the AAA. It was his first game ever.
I guess he got sent back because, goddamn.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to the Phillies Nats game on Saturday. So.
Is it in DC?
Yeah.
Warning. Just remember, DC Stadium was built without shade in mind, so your ass is going to burn.
Yeah, I know.
There's a reason why I prefer going to Camden Yards games than Nats Park, because Nats Park is honestly, people love to say how good Nats Park is. And I love it.
It is a great ballpark. It is
a great ballpark. Bullshit. That place was built with the idea of torturing people in the sun. If you watch a game at Nats Park, it's a fun game to do is to spot guys having to stand up to adjust themselves because they balls be sticking to the seats because it gets that hot. That stadium was built so that the sun is directly going onto it. I hate that place. I
hate the Nats, so it's kind of mutual. I can't wait to wear my Bryce Harper jersey there. I love doing that.
I am average. I'm indifferent on the Nats.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
A team you're not indifferent on is the Yankees, and they embarrassed the Cubs 18-4.
Oh, it was awesome. It was like every single at bat, everyone was hitting home runs. Higgy hit a home run. Higgy doesn't hit home runs. You know, Matt Carpenter and the Stash continue to show the power of Le Stash. And the best part was the Cubs even tried to change things up by throwing an eephus pitch at us, a 35-mile-per-hour pitch. That was a home run.
You think Carpenter uses Norse beards?
I don't know, but he probably should.
Use
code OCS for 25% off to get your products at Norse Beards. Fantastic products. Grow that delicious playoff beard out.
That was good advertising right there.
Right?
Hey, I was waiting for them to send it because the second that they sent these, I have so many ideas for advertising. Norse Beards, if you guys are watching, your stuff is awesome. And as soon as I get my next paycheck, I'm getting more of your stuff. Because this stuff is, I'm just saying, Norse Beards, we love them.
Right?
But yeah, Matt Carpenter.
You can use them.
Grow a beard. It's possible.
So some annoying news. The no-hitter got ruined. Well, there was a no-hitter happening last night. It got ruined in the 9th inning with 2 outs because the center fielder was just like too short. It was like inches away.
What game was this? How did I miss that?
It was, I forget what game it was. I think it was.
Hold on. The magic of ESPN is at our fingertips. We can figure this out.
Yeah.
Which no-hitter was it? Keep talking while I find out what the no-hitter was.
But it it kind of pissed me off because I was like, it was a weird no hitter because there was one run allowed. There was one run, but still, I mean, a no hitter ruined with 1 out left.
That pissed me off.
That would piss me off.
Yeah, if I was the pitcher, me and the center fielder would have had the box.
Right? Or the hitter who actually hit.
It was.
You got it?
No, it wasn't that. We're still looking. We're looking. Keep talking.
Was it a late game?
Yeah, it was the Cardinals game. Cardinals Pirates. Last night.
Oh, Miles, Miles Mikolas.
Yeah.
Miles Mikolas, yeah. 21
Wow.
years since the Cardinals had a no-hitter, and Miles Mikolas had a chance.
That continues. Yeah. More unfortunate news. Yeah. More unfortunate news because, baseball isn't all rainbows and sunshine. But
Can't say that again.
Yeah. Fernando Tatis Jr. is still not cleared to swing a bat. He had surgery to repair, his wrist following his motorcycle accident because he's an idiot that drives a motorcycle. So
hey, motorcycles are hot. Motorcycles are hot. For a man, a motorcycle is an extension of themselves.
Yeah. And then umpire Nate Tomlinson was hit in the face by Trout's broken bat. I actually have this ready to show.
Should we put a viewer discretion?
You guys have been warned. It's not like graphic or anything. It only hit his nose. It just
show
watch.
it.
Just watch. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. From the picture. Yeah. So I only showed that angle because the other angle made it look like it went into his eye. It didn't. Oh. It did not go into his eye or hit his eye or anything. It hit his nose. But the angle from dead on, looking at the umpire, his face, it it looked like it hit his eye. So I did not show that angle. But yeah, for a broken bat to manage to get into the umpire's mask, crazy.
It's terrifying. It's like my worst.
I wonder how fast the bat was coming to.
I know.
Mike Trout, it's got to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
He felt so bad.
That's how you know he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Any guy that happens to, they'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." That's like those are the best. Those are the best guys. Those big dudes who like they make a mistake and they turn into a teddy bear, but they look intimidating as hell. But the second they make a mistake, they turn out to be just an adorable teddy bear.
Yeah. One more newsworthy thing is, Calvin, you're gonna love this. Scherzer and DeGrom are set to return.
They're back.
It's moving closer to returning because the Mets aren't good enough. So, yay.
Shout out to DeGrom, man. A lot of people forget he was a shortstop.
Was he really?
Yep.
When?
DeGrom was a shortstop.
Was he drafted as a shortstop?
Yeah.
What the hell?
One of the best pitchers of the last decade was a shortstop.
How you gonna be a shortstop and then drafted as a shortstop and then just kind of become one of the best pitchers in the league? What?
I don't know.
What? All right. Well, that just kind of made me sad.
Look, DeGrom began playing baseball as a shortstop and was converted to pitcher during his senior year.
Oh, okay. Jesus, that's insane.
So yeah, I guess freshman through junior year of college, he played shortstop and then converted to pitcher senior year.
Yeah.
But even still, that's insane.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
He played his whole life from high school all the way to junior year as a shortstop.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Moving on, we got some standing updates for you guys. So we have Isaac's Yankee. We're going to start the American League first, and we're going to go to the AL East, where we have Isaac's Yankees, number 1.
Yay.
Of course. And then we have some breaking news actually. So
What?
yeah, so it's not very, very notable, but we still got something. So Colts safety Kyrie Willis is retiring after 3 seasons.
Only 3?
Yeah.
You see a lot of young guys doing that nowadays, man. It's not even because they don't love the game of football anymore. It's just like injuries and like people don't like getting concussions. A lot of guys look at the CTE and stuff nowadays. So
He is going to further his endeavors into his religious beliefs.
yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like a
Okay.
CTE thing.
Okay.
I don't want to be rude.
All right.
But
I respect it.
All right.
Good for him.
Back to baseball.
Yeah, back to baseball. So the standing updates. So AL East, you got the Yankees at 1, the Blue Jays 9 games behind, then the Rays
they'll
10
stay.
games behind.
Rays couldn't even get anything on us last night. They are dead.
The Red Sox 12.5 games behind, and then the Orioles 19 freaking games behind.
All of them could take this fat L.
So, in case anybody, was wondering, the Yankees have a plus 129 run differential. So,
wow.
Okay, take these L's.
So I think the Bronx Bombers are back.
Nah. Call us something. We need a different name than the Bronx Bombers.
No, I like Bronx Bombers. Going to the AL Central, it seems to be a little bit of a bloodbath going on there. You got the Minnesota Twins leading it, and then the Guardians 2.5 games behind them. And then you got the Chicago White Sox in third with 5 games behind. Then there's a pretty big drop off here where we got the Tigers 10.5 games back, and then the Royals are 14.5 games back. And then the not so much of a bloodbath, you have the AL West with the Astros leading it. Unfortunately, the Rangers are in second because the Angels lost 14 in a row. So good job to you guys.
Oh my gosh.
The Rangers, yeah. So the Rangers are 8.5 games back. Then you have the Angels who are 9.5 games back. The Mariners are 10, and the Oakland Athletics are a beautiful 17.5 games back.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah. So the Athletics have a minus 83 run differential.
That's gross.
Still not the worst.
Why am I yawning? Excuse me.
Yeah, I know. It's literally 153. Get it together.
Needs a nap.
What a late night,
right?
man. Come on.
I know. Then you have the NL East with, we're not going to talk about it. The Mets at first. The Braves, yeah, still talk about it. The Braves 5 games back. Then you have the Phillies 9.5 games back. The Marlins 11.5, and the Nationals 18.5. So it's not really much of a battle there because the Atlanta Braves have 13 straight wins. So, whatever. The NL Central, you have the Cardinals leading it now. Then you have the Brewers who lost the lead and are 2.5 games back. Then you have the Pirates 11.5 games back. Then the Cubs 12.5, and then the Cincinnati Reds at 13 games back. And then it definitely could be worse. And then you have the best division in baseball because my God, these 3 teams are a bloodbath. You have the NL East with the Dodgers leading it. They're also tied with the Padres. And then you have the Giants 3 games behind them. And then there's a pretty steep drop-off with the Diamondbacks 10.5 games back. And then the Colorado Rockies with a very beautiful 11.5 games behind first. So, there's not too much battle going on except for the NL West. So, but that was expected. They're the best team. They're the best division in baseball. So,
yeah definitely.
So, but then we have the stat leaders so far through this week. For batting average, you have Luis Arias of the Twins with a 354 batting average. Paul Goldschmidt is very close behind at 349.
They'll get there.
Yeah. For home runs, it's a pretty decent gap with Aaron Judge having 24 home runs.
Wow.
So yeah, Byron Buxton and Pete Alonso are the two behind him with 18 home runs. So you can see it's a 6 home run difference. It's close, but not very. RBI, you have Jose Ramirez leading it all still with 62. Pete Alonso is 3 behind with 59, so that's a pretty close battle there. For hits, you have Rafael Devers with 84. Behind him is Paul Goldschmidt with 81 because Paul Goldschmidt has been on the tear this year. And then for stolen bases, you have Julio Rodriguez with 17. Jorge Mateo is only 1 behind that with 16.
Wow.
And yeah. It is for pitching, it is a 3-way tie for wins. You have Justin Verlander, Alek Manoah, and Tony Gonsolin, all with 8 wins. A lot of people have 7 wins, so ERA leader, you have Tony Gonsolin with a 1.42 ERA. Joe Musgrove is pretty close behind with a 1.5 ERA. So lately, that's probably going to be a little battle too. For saves, it's a 2-way tie between Taylor Rogers and Josh Hader with 19. Of course, because who else? For strikeouts, you have Sean McClanahan still with 98. But Dylan Cease has 97, so that is also a battle. I love pitching battles.
Pitching battles are the best.
They're amazing.
I love them.
Yeah. It's a 2-way tie for quality starts. You have Joe Musgrove and Alek Manoah with 11 quality starts. But that is also a battle because Cindy Alcantara and Framber Valdez both have 10. So that's also a battle. So these stat leaders are kind of heating up a little bit. Some are getting away, but moving on, though, we got the NFL. So there's some things to go with about the NFL. Terry McLaurin, not at camp due to demanding a new deal. Calvin, take it away.
Our resident Commanders fan, give us your opinion.
Yo, anybody at Washington, I'm gonna tag you in this. Whenever Kylie says the episodes, I'm gonna tag you in this so you guys can listen to me. But sign Terry McLaurin right now. Sign Terry McLaurin right now. This is the thing. You have Curtis Samuel, a guy who played 1.5 games last year. Then you have a rookie in Jahan Dotson. Okay, I love the guy. We're hearing a lot of great things about him, but the pads haven't come on yet.
Right.
Then you got another guy, De'Ami Brown, who's another 1-year guy. And then you have Terry McLaurin, who has 8 different quarterbacks in 3 years, 222 receptions, and over 3,000 yards. He actually leads the draft class of his receivers in receiving yards and catches. I just posted on Instagram. Matter of fact, let me pull the stats up for you.
Gotta be thorough.
Yeah, I wanted to give you this time to express your frustrations. I know you.
Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin, 46 games played, 222 receptions, 3,090 yards, 16 touchdowns, 8 different quarterbacks. AJ Brown, 185 receptions, 2,995 yards, 24 touchdowns, 44 games played. All he had is Ryan Tannehill. DK Metcalf, 49 games played. He has one of the best quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, his whole career. 216 catches, 3,100 yards, 29 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel, 40 games, 167 receptions, 2,598 yards, 10 touchdowns. He also has 550 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns on the ground. Only A.J. Brown on that list got a new contract. 4 years, over $100 million, long-term contract.
Yeah, but he got traded.
Yeah, I understand he got traded. But Terry McLaurin, the guy who has the most receptions and 30 yards behind the most receiving yards in his draft class, still has no contract yet. Best player on our team. They're just letting this guy just sit. Well, I mean, I know he's not sitting around. Obviously, he's training on his own and stuff like that. But
yeah,
He needs to be with Carson Wentz, getting first team reps, getting adjusted with Carson Wentz so that they have a chemistry together. And instead, they're letting this guy sit at home because they don't want to pay the best player on their team because quote unquote they have it figured out and they're on good terms with Terry and they're going to get it done. It's not getting done fast enough. Sign that man right now.
He needs to be there for camp.
Exactly.
I'm not worried though. Carson Wentz is a great quarterback, so I'm not worried about that. And you did message them on Twitter on Instagram.
Yeah,
that was freaking hilarious, and I love that so much. I do the same. More things around the NFL. Carolina is apparently urgent to trade for Baker Mayfield before the camp starts. So it's almost like camp is important for players. Backing off what we just said. So what do you guys think of that?
I mean, he's better than Sam Darnold, but at the end of the day, it's still Baker Mayfield. He hasn't really shown me anything since college still. Everybody was saying after his first year, oh, give him a chance, give him a chance. And I told people before the season started his second year, bro, he's not that guy. He's not that guy at all. And then his third year, he tried to make Odell look like he was not this great player anymore when Odell was still a great player and everyone wants to blame Odell and this, that, and the third, but really it was Baker Mayfield. So if you ask me, I mean, hey, if Carolina wants to just keep losing, go ahead and make that trade. Do what you do. But Baker Mayfield hasn't shown me anything, so.
I don't know what my opinion on this is yet. I got to think about that one. I will say, as a Bucs fan, I think it's in Carolina's best interest to do whatever they think is right.
Of course, you say
whether
that.
or not that is a good decision by them or not is up to them. And we're just gonna leave it at that.
My personal opinion, I like Baker. He did pretty well his rookie year. He broke the touchdown record with only, not as many games played. Shut up, Calvin. I see the eye roll. And then his second year was obviously atrocious. Was awful. Third year, better. This past year, he was injured from week 2 and just a whole bunch of other crap was going on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens because Carolina just isn't good to begin with. So it's not like Baker Mayfield's going to come in there and make them a difference maker. Be a difference maker.
I see more commercials of Baker Mayfield than I do highlights.
Yeah. Straight up. I mean, I like I said, I like Baker Mayfield, but I haven't seen enough from him to really say that he's a franchise guy. But I do love him and I want him to be successful. I think he can be good, but franchise guy's been yet to be determined.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who we won't know. And if he goes to Carolina and is terrible, I mean, that's expected because it's Carolina. They don't have anybody. So, and then Richard Sherman joins Amazon's Thursday night coverage. But his return is still on the table though. So he could come back.
I'm excited. Amazon's got themselves a nice crew getting up here. Al Michaels on the call with Kirk Herbstreit as color, and then Richard Sherman on the sidelines. I like it. Yeah, I'm still not going to get Amazon Prime because that's expensive, and I could just watch on a legal streaming site. I mean, on a totally legal streaming site.
Totally legal and
totally legal streaming site that has no nothing illegal going on here at all. No. But yeah, no. That's a nice crew. I like it. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I still like Monday Night Football better with the Manning crew. That's my favorite of any of them.
I like Monday Night Football with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
I don't. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's my least favorite. Completely biased though. Golden Tate is switching to baseball, and he's going to play for the Port Angeles Lefties.
The who?
The Port Angeles Lefties they're in Washington. They're a collegiate summer baseball team.
Oh, we got one of those in my old hometown. The Only Crop Dusters up in Only, Maryland. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just started.
We do have that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So
I don't even know how I feel about that.
I don't either. It's weird. That's why I put it up
for
here.
Golden Tate, I guess.
I know.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He might be one of the goobers of the week.
We'll see.
Speaking of goobers of the week,
we got one more thing, then we got goobers.
Okay.
Because this was also breaking news, but this is right before we hopped on. Minka Fitzpatrick agrees to a 4-year, $73.6 million deal. That's $18.4 million a year, with $36 million of it guaranteed. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. It's not a terrible contract.
I think it's well deserved. I think Minka Fitzpatrick has done enough in this game to deserve a contract. You know, that guy, he plays football at one speed, 100%. So
that's true.
He's deserving of that contract there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, though. I mean,
all these guys make a lot of money.
That's true. The market's kind of broken right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
yeah. But now we're on to Isaac's probably favorite topic.
Yeah.
Goobers of the week.
Today's Goober of the week is brought to you by nothing. We don't have a sponsor for Goobers of the week yet.
Yeah, we do. We do. Use promo code OCS at Body Check Wellness, because you will need CBD oils and edibles to get over all these goobers that happen.
In order to understand their line of thinking. Our Goober of the week this week is, as always, Rob Manfred, and today is going to be fake Klay Thompson and the security at the Chase Center. Congratulations, you played yourselves. Congratulations, you played yourself. You allowed a guy who looks just like Klay Thompson to go out on the court. Good job.
Yeah, that's really the security's issue. I mean, fake Klay Thompson's kind of an idiot for trying it, but
yeah,
it worked and it was funny. So you're welcome for your 15 minutes of fame, I guess.
Whoop, whoop. All right, what do we have next?
So we got your other segment, Who Won It All That Year?
So I'm throwing it back to a year that is often considered to be one of the greatest in terms of sports. The 4 championships this season in the Big 4 American sports are some of the best of all time, including what many believe to be the greatest Stanley Cup final of all time. So, Calvin, Kylee, who won it all in 2011? Let's start with the World Series.
Why?
The Yankees was 2011, wasn't it?
No, the freaking Cardinals.
Oh, Cardinals.
Yep. It was the
I
David
know
Freese
that.
Cardinals who came back that incredible Game 6 against the Rangers. That World Series is top notch.
Yeah, they also beat my Phillies, so I hate the Cardinals.
And whatever. Who was Super Bowl champion in 2011? This Super Bowl is kind of underrated, in my opinion. It is one of the better ones.
I think it was the Seahawks, right?
Nah, that was 2013.
Was it the Colts?
Nope.
Giants?
Eli Manning and the Giants.
Eli Manning and the Giants.
Part 2. The game everyone forgets because part 1 was so good. The second matchup between these two teams was really, really good. And it was basically a carbon copy of the first, in which the Giants had no business being there and beat the Patriots.
Was the second one the second one was the helmet catch, or was that the first one?
First one was the helmet catch. Second one was the Mario Manningham sideline catch where
yep.
Second one was the one where the Giants unintentionally scored before they wanted to, instead of trying to run out the clock. They accidentally scored a touchdown, and we had to watch in terror as the Patriots marched down the field. And we thought, oh no, that's the one where Wes Welker dropped the ball, and Giselle afterwards, just like, my husband cannot throw and catch the ball at the same time, because she was pissed off.
Right.
That's the game that got Wes Welker kicked off the Patriots.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah. Who won the Stanley Cup Finals in 2011? These finals are widely considered to be the greatest finals in Stanley Cup history. And
the Penguins?
will admit,
no,
not the Penguins. I'll give you a hint. As a result of this finals, a city burned.
It wasn't the Flyers.
It wasn't the Flyers.
They went in 2010.
There's a city up in Canada that's kind of the Canadian version of Philadelphia that whenever their sports team lose, they tend to burn their city to the ground.
Wasn't the Maple Leafs?
Nope.
Was it the Canadians? No.
It was not the Canadians. Y'all are thinking of the loser. Who's the winner?
Wasn't Edmonton.
That's all the Canada teams. I don't know.
Calgary?
Nope. I'll give it to you. 2011 Stanley Cup Final. The Boston Bruins defeated the Vancouver Canucks, and in response to their epic
You
Game
made me
7
think that it was a Canadian team that won.
No, I said the Canadian team lost.
I didn't hear that part.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah. Boston, led by Patrice Bergeron, Zdeno Chara, and Brad Marchand, defeated the Vancouver Canucks, led by the Sedin twins and what's his name, whose name I'm forgetting, that great goalie they had that the Panthers traded away because they're stupid. Whatever. Roberto Luongo. It was the Sedin twins and Roberto Luongo's Canucks taking on the Bruins. The Bruins won in 7 games in an epic series, and in response to their Game 7 loss, Vancouver fans destroyed their city. They actually it was a problem. They one person died and like hundreds were injured as Canucks fans burned Vancouver to the ground. They did it before too. When they lost to the Rangers in the 94 finals, they also burned their city down. And when they lost to the Islanders in the 82 finals, they also burned their city down. Canucks fans have issues. There's a reason why everyone is fearful if the Canucks ever win a Stanley Cup, because we see what they do when they lose. If they win, it'll be like the Eagles winning the Super Bowl on crack.
Hey.
All right, finally, who won the NBA Finals in 2011? This final series is
Mavericks.
There you go. Mavericks taking down. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's what they get for making fun of Dirk for coughing. That's what they get.
Yeah,
it was deserved.
4 epic championships. 2011 championships. All of them were epic and awesome to watch.
I hate the Phillies.
All right, Kylie, give us 2 facts and a lie. Let's wrap this thing up.
All right, so we got 2 facts and a lie coming at you. All right, this is where I give you 2 facts, 1 lie, and you have to guess the lie. Number 1, the diameter of a basketball hoop was once almost double the size of a basketball. Steph Curry would have had a field day. Golf balls have around 336 dimples. And then finally, the average distance a person walks in their lifetime is 3 times around the world.
I want to say number 1's a lie.
I think number 1 too. I don't think basketball hoops have changed much. Although knowing Kylie, it's probably going to be some really obscure thing, like technically the
number 3 sounds too realistic. Like
I'm pretty sure
you do a lot of walking.
Considering people who walk who have service jobs and have to walk all over the place, I'm gonna go 1.
I'm going 1.
You going 1? Both of you are obviously wrong. It is number 3.
What?
The distance is actually 4 times around the world.
That's what I'm talking about. She won't put actual lies in there. She'll put little half truths. They're kind of right, but there's one number that's wrong. That's not a real lie.
Yes, it is. It counts.
I forget the days when it was realized, like when you put Muhammad Gandhi played in Indian football. That I actually would have believed. That's an actual lie because that never happened. It's not like, oh no, he played semi-pro, not professional. That's why it's like you're doing whatever. Calvin, give us your best bets and let's wrap it up.
There you go, Calvin. What you got going on today?
We're going with hits today. Couple guys that I like here today. Couple guys that are 75% or better, at least 1 hit in their last 10 games here. JD Martinez, Paul Goldschmidt, who had a field day yesterday. Yes, Trey Turner, Ronald Acuna, Aaron Judge, Bo Bichette, Pete Alonso, Manny Machado, and Jose Ramirez.
Very solid lineup.
Hell yeah.
All right. As always, thank you guys so much for listening. This concludes the episode. Be back next week where we have a little bit of surprise for you. We have Calvin's friend coming on who actually plays for the Atlanta Falcons. We have Derek Tangelo. Yeah. So it's going to be very exciting coming on.
Quick apologies, folks. I will not be here next week due to a prior commitment. My friend is getting married and cannot miss out on that. So the podcast is in good hands with these two. So it's gonna. So yeah, no worries. Give Derek my best. That's what I'll say.
Very exciting. Be sure to check that out. As always, I am Kylie. This was Isaac. You got Calvin. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to check this out on YouTube right away and then on Spotify and all that good stuff tomorrow. Follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything at Sportsgasm Pod or Sportsgasm Podcast, depending on, how it is. So be sure to check us all out. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming at you. So be sure to stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for listening. Two of us will see you next week.
Peace out.
Bye.
Peace.